The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in week 2. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. On play action, McCarthy. Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete. Trying to find Jordan Addison that time. That'll bring up second down. You look at this Niner defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And, hey, they were stingy in the opener. Didn't allow much of anything at all through the air. So now they come into week 2 saying, hey, let's see if we can do even better. Let's go ahead and get to that number 1 spot.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
And forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is McCarthy. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. The Vikings had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that, because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Well, this defense for the Niners, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
That's down the field for Jefferson. This is intercepted. And the Niners are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive.
Well, they certainly weren't afraid to let it fly early, and they hope that'll keep the defense honest and keep the offensive guys excited about getting back out there. They are in attack mode in this game. It did backfire a little bit. Now you're just hoping your defense can keep them off the scoreboard so you're not facing a deficit the next time you run out there.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Play action. Now Purdy. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Purdy from the gun. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Not sure what happened out there. It looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Motion man is Schwartz. Purdy looking to throw. He'll get this out right here to McCaffrey. And he's going to get this inside the 30. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Well, Charles, it's early, but that's a key 3rd down conversion. Remember, they forced the turnover on the opening drive. Now they're in a position where they look like they'll at least get 3 out of this.
A great example of complementary football if they're able to cash this in, isn't it, partner? Because defense does this job, takes it away, turns over the offense. He'll pick up a nice first down there. Maybe it's time to think about taking a shot at the end zone because it looks like the field goal is almost assured.
Throwing here, Purdy. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Eighth play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Motion man is Schwartz. Purdy now to throw off the play action. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Anthony Schwartz, his first touchdown of the new season. And the 49ers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Moody good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. You look at this Niner defense. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13. It's a pretty nice throw right there from the rookie. And this, of course, is game number 2 of his NFL career. His guys did not get the win, Charles, in the opener. But what did you see from him last week?
Well, I think all things considered, he played pretty well, and I don't think I'd pin the loss on him. But there's no question, this is a learning process, and that was step 1, and he's hoping on the road to glory.
Looking to throw McCarthy. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up 2nd down.
And I think this is a route we'll see more of as this game goes on, because with his speed, they want to get him the ball in space on drag routes just like this. They want him to get the ball and run after the catch. Good job there, though, holding him for a short gain.
Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Here's McCarthy. Flushed out right. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football as they go to work on a 1st and goal. To the air with McCarthy. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10. At their own 28.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On 3rd down, it's Guerrero. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Here's Mitch Wishnowski now. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Running right, Jones. Able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll go again to Jones. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
Well, that play was over before it even got started. Thanks for nothing, huh? How about that? That sets up a very difficult 3rd down call now.
And this offense on 3rd down today, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Back to throw, Purdy. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Second quarter action, 1:56 remaining. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Ayuk going to go in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Purdy now to throw. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. George Kittle, a 24-yard touchdown. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Moody good with the extra point. And that makes the score 14-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Here's 2nd and 3.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the great coach said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Now McCarthy. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down. And here's Ryan Wright now
as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Six-yard return after a punt of 48. And the 49ers will take over deep in their own territory.
At their own 15-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Here's Purdy. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers.
And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Now a first down carry by Jones. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Now 2nd and 3.
Now the toss to Jones, running right. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. Now they trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
Slot man moves right. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is going to be intercepted.
And the 49ers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and
that's caught inside the 30. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
I'll tell you what, this is not going to be a fun discussion at halftime for this defense. They've been absolutely taken advantage of in the first half. And here's another play for big, big yardage.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10.
Motion man is Schwartz. Now Purdy.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Purdy.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Purdy will look to throw again here. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half.
Final play of the half. Purdy. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Vikings 7.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. A one-touchdown ball game, 14-7 our scores. We get back at it on EA Sports.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Ayuk going to go in motion right. And now a fake on the jet sweep, and instead they'll give it to McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll get this up past the 40.
And the 49ers first down.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They'll get it forward to him on the touch pass. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and a yard. Ayuk going to go in motion right. He'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. Now he's loose at the 40. And finally marked down at the 23. 27 yards there, a first down. Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Now a second and 10. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. They'll roll him out right. Touchdown 49ers! John Ross, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Moody good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Here is Wishnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
Second down and a yard. Throwing is McCarthy. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And Jefferson's going to have the Vikings first down as he'll get this to the 44-yard line. And inside give to Jones. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. From just shy of midfield, here's a 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll go play action. Here's McCarthy. That is caught by Josh Oliver, the former San Jose State Spartan. First target, first catch, and a first down. Here's a give to Jones running left. Down the left sideline. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Aaron Jones, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have good field position here as he's out of bounds up at about the 34-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Purdy looking to throw.
The Vikings after it, and they get there for the sack.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15. Throwing here, Purdy. That is incomplete.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Working out of the gun is McCarthy. And he's got this to Jefferson.
And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
That throw right on the money from the quarterback from Michigan. It's a 1st down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And they give the Jones off tackle. Room here to run. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
127 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw.
McCarthy. Pass complete to Addison.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Looking to throw McCarthy.
Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. So both teams trade touchdowns in the 3rd as we're through 3 quarters of play.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
They'll indeed go. Here's McCarthy.
Eluding the pressure right.
Pass to the sideline. Pulled in.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Jones. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Jones again.
And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown.
Aaron Jones with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter, and a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here.
They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Purdy from the gun.
Over the middle, that's complete to McCaffrey.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He went backwards 5 yards there on 3rd down to break up 4th.
Motion man is Schwartz. Purdy on 4th down.
And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
To the air with McCarthy.
And this is going to be intercepted. And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up 1st and goal at the 5.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
Again, McCaffrey.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Christian McCaffrey.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Niners have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Moody good with the extra point.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 140 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Flush to his right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down.
And a smart play there. He's probably saying, I wish I would have done that on the last drive instead of throwing the interception.
Another try, 2nd and 10 now.
From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
Now he's loose again.
Touchdown, Vikings!
Aaron Jones,
his 3rd touchdown of the season, all coming in this game.
And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Some hitting going on now. This has been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on the return. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down after a pickup of about 7 as the clock will stop here for the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
I'm fairly sure that there's no good time to cough up the football. But this couldn't be much worse, could it?
No.
This situation, this yard line, no chance.
They set it on a tee for him. They're already in field goal range here late in the 4th now.
Yeah, warm up the kicker. Just make sure they take care of the ball now. They've got a chance to put this thing away.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
They'll come up now, 2nd and 9.
Again, it's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Now a handoff. Running left is Jones.
And he will not get what he needed as he stopped short of the first down at around the 22.
Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ballgame, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
This is first and 10. Throwing, Purdy.
Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Huge first down, gotta hurry.
Yeah, now they have to get up there, get set, and then spike it.
And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in quarter number 4.
Final minute, no timeouts at their disposal. Here's first and 10. Purdy to throw. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game.
Good starting field position for the Vikings as they have it first and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
Now they'll change things up. They've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down.
I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's got some space here.
There he goes again.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, Howard should just about put a capper on this game. And that rushing touchdown, his fourth, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's first and 10. Here's Purdy.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
You get into these 2-minute drill situations and you've often got tired legs on the offensive line. But these defenders, they've been rotating in and out, and they're a little bit fresher and quicker. And the pressure there forced the incompletion.
Here comes second down. To throw is Purdy.
Ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
If this offense can't get it done, they'll think back to just a few plays and say to themselves, this was a winnable game, and we let it get away. Still a chance to save it, but time's definitely running out.
Purdy with one final shot here.
And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
Well, this was a fun one today if you like points.